Hello again. It's me, Vessy Mink. Ai-Tainment is on a roll. We're with episode 7 today. I'd like to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in from, let us know in the comments. Big up to X, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, StreamYard. And also big up to Mr. BK Han, co-founder and executive director of Ai-Tainment. Today we have an amazing guest all about the F&B industry, all about AI and branding and how it can make you or break your business. Let's find out more after this sponsorship, and thank you everybody for tuning in. With an illustrious career spanning over 3 countries and countless businesses that have had the fortune of being able to pair up with this amazing gentleman, Mr. Bernard Coe is here with us today. Welcome to Ai-Tainment, Bernard. Hi.
Hi, thanks for having me this morning. I believe it's evening for you in USA.
Yes, it is, and it's great to see you. I know that Mr. BK Han is also in the studio, and we have friends here. We're super happy that you could make it today. And, let's just jump right into it. We kind of have a pastry. We love pastries, you and I. We should just start
Yeah,
there.
right. Pastry is always in my blood, when I step into learning pastry for a Singapore brand called Bread Talk, was listed in the Asia Pacific in 2003. And during that period, there's no AI, everything is deep learning.
Yeah.
I'm very hands-on, and I started as a baker, and I worked myself up. And once I've been certified as a professional baker, I was sent to work to China to build a brand called Bread Talk. And I have actually launched about almost 1,500 bakeries in Asia Pacific,
Wow.
Singapore, Indonesia, and China, of course.
Who doesn't love bakeries? Everybody loves bakeries. They're the most happiest place on earth. You have fresh bread, and we were just talking also about AI. You said that back in the day there was no reliance on AI. How has that changed?
Well,
Yeah.
my exploration with AI actually began through a recommendation from a friend, Mr. BK Han. He's an excellent, fantastic AI innovation coach who offer weekly classes. And tonight we are also have another class tonight to continue our learning. Since starting this AI journey in August last year, I've learned about various tools, including TensorArt,
Mm-hmm.
Mulebird to create music, Canva to create digital name card and business proposal, and become a medium writer, and shooting video using CapCut, and building my social media account in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now we're in Linktree, and there's so much to learn from him. Yeah.
There is. Big up to Mr. BK Han. He has many students all around the world that he's helped. And I'm sure you've helped him in big ways. You guys, have a lot in common with regards to, the F&B industry. I know that he loves restaurants, food and beverage industry. That's a whole thing. Food and beverage. It's a nightlife. It's daytime. It's luncheons. It's everywhere. How did you get into food and beverage?
Well, my background was actually real estate marketing, and I think in 2002, I was approached by a headhunter looking for someone
Mm-hmm.
who are launching a lot of brands in China market, and I was actually being headhunted, and I've learned the baking skill for about 9 months before we helped the brand to launch into
Yeah.
China
Mm-hmm.
till now, and it has been a wonderful journey for me, able to help the brand to roll into China.
Mhm.
And during the time, there's no AI, so everything is difficult to build the brand. But now with AI, leveraging the I think is wonderful. I think we can build even more than 1,500 stores. Yeah.
That's a huge amount of stores. I just am wondering now, is there a common theme that they all have that has your special touch with being able to recognize the needs of all of those thousand businesses? There must be a red thread, something that, is congruent in there.
Right. I believe passion is very important in any industry.
Mhm,
In particular to F&B, you must understand taste,
mhm,
all the tasters, whether it's savory, what do they want? For instance, like some country like if you look in particular Indonesia, they like everything sweet.
mhm.
The sweeter, the better they can sell. But in China, because they're health fanatic, they would prefer something healthy.
Yeah.
And now they're even to vegan bread
Vegan bread. Okay, so
in
tell me more
China.
about
Yeah.
vegan bread. That sounds interesting. I've tried to make vegan bread before. I don't know how good it tasted, but definitely seems to be a whole onslaught of vegan. People don't want to use animal products anymore. They don't want to do that.
Right, because vegan, the market size currently is a bit small, so a lot of bakery brands they find that the cost is much higher
Yeah,
because when you need to buy the special flour without all the unhealthy
right,
stuff in there. So
right.
that therefore vegan is slowly catching up. I think give them another 5 years, I think a lot of bakery will introduce more
Hmm.
healthy, especially
Yeah.
vegan bread. Yeah.
And I also see here you orchestrated a monumental transformation in the company's bakery and brand industry. And under your leadership, with over 130 stores, were revitalized amidst a swift modernization initiative coupled with spearheading Waidume's. Am I saying it right? Waidume's digital evolution. Waidume, is that
Yes,
the name? Can you tell me
it's
more about?
called, yeah, right.
You garnered 800,000 online users in Beijing alone. That's amazing.
And that was in 2017.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the time when I went into this brand, it was very old, and
Yeah.
the owner is very keen to introduce what they call interesting French bread into China because most of the bread over there they are not good, especially like croissant,
Mm.
baguette, which
Yeah.
is the expert by these French people.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote to the French ambassador in Beijing. Then they managed to get me in contact, and
Hmm.
we went to visit almost about 200 French bakeries in the whole of France to
Wow.
understand the baking technique, to try almost about at least 1,000 recipe, and
Wow.
then we will decide what we're going to bring into China.
Hmm.
And we need to tweak the taste as well because you cannot bring exactly what the
Yeah.
French taste into Asian Pacific, especially in China.
Hmm.
And I think they have to embrace this slowly. So I brought the team there, the owner, the R&D chef, the marketing people to tour to meet all the top bakery expert in France. And then we collected a lot of recipe and then we worked closely. And I actually hired Christian Verbre. He's a founder of the World Cup Bakery in the world.
Wow.
And he's a MOF, MOF. He's artisan bakery. And this
Okay.
is given by the French government every 4 years
It's a
that
big
you reach
deal.
that level. It is a
That's
big
a big
deal,
deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I
actually brought him to work for me in Beijing, in Weitome, and we launched a lot of fantastic, what they call live show, fashion show with bakery.
Oh, really? Oh, now
Oh
we're
yes.
getting into it. Tell me more. Tell fashion shows with bakeries. Wow. Tell me more about that. That sounds
Well,
cool.
basically, we select about 10 items of bread, like a baguette. Then, the model will
Yeah.
dress the whole dress with a lot of baguette, and she will hold a baguette of a big, a miniature size
Yeah.
in acrylic, and it's like a fashion show, like in Louis Vuitton or Prada.
Ooh,
And we do it on an annual basis every
nice.
year, and we'll invite all the top chef, even the president of France, the chief chef called Mr. Mignon.
Mm-hmm.
He came to actually visit us and
Wow.
give us a lot of ideas. And we work closely and we launch fashion show on the yearly event with all the French breads.
That's amazing. I love French bread. I love bakeries. I love eclairs, croissants, all of it. And when I was doing a 2-month residency, because I'm a musician in France, there's a town called Avoriaz, which is on the cusp of Switzerland and France. And there was a wonderful little bakery open all night, never not open. So
Oh,
the
so
people
it's
would,
24 hours.
yeah, 24 hours, a little lovely, and the roads were very hilly, and there were young people going to restaurants, fondue, partying, and dance clubs, and then afterwards they want to go and have their coffee and their bakery item. And I think that, so there's like a whole scene. So when the fashion show, when you mentioned the fashion shows that you do, now I would like to know what is the title of that, so that people could look that up, and how can people find out more?
Uh, is of course name as we told me. We did that in 2016 and
Okay.
2017, right?
So
I'm not
so
sure. It may not be featured in YouTube because it's
yeah,
launched in China. So
right.
probably in Baidu, that is something equivalent to Google.
Yeah.
Now, if you check the Chinese version, you'll be able to find the. I think it's shown there.
So bakeries and fashion. You're hearing it live today, you guys. I'm here with Mr. Bernard Coe, who is a F&B industry leader, also an AI brand innovator. And I kind of wanted to find out how you're going to use AI, and what other intersections of entertainment, or the business of fashion. What else can intersect with bakeries? What else can?
Well, in the F&B sector, if you refer to bakery, I call it as the breaking down barriers. Like we introducing AI is keen to experimenting with new flavors and techniques.
Okay.
I find it's important not to fear learning a new skill,
Yeah.
but rather we need to start with basics
Yeah.
and build a strong foundation. And we work closely with community of learners so that we can share with each other and the learning will be faster.
Yeah.
Your earlier question, you mentioned that I think AI will help actually provide a gateway to discover innovative ideas.
Mhm.
By doing so, we can improve efficiency.
Mhm.
We can sparkle a lot of creativity and promoting sustainable practices.
That's for sure.
Sustainable is a key topic now. For instance, like without AI, during my time when I was in China with Wei Tome Bakery,
Mhm.
our wastage is normally is about 10%, which is a lot
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
money wasted thrown. With
Yeah.
AI, with the algorithm, they will be able to forecast how many you can bake today on
Yeah.
different products. So the wastage can be reduced from 10%, even as low as 2 to 3%.
Those are great
So you
numbers.
will
Yeah.
right.
I was
So
just going.
AI will help you all this.
So I was going to ask you. Thank you so much for that, Bernard. I was going to ask also about, some people don't have the luxury to have an ability to go to a bakery, and with all that waste, maybe the waste, maybe they can feed people all of the extras. There's AI for that.
Right,
Somehow to integrate a way, everybody should be able to have warm bread.
right. Can you repeat the question again?
So I was saying an innovative way to use the waste, the overhead or whatever is not sold to customers. You mentioned how AI is going to be able to save money for businesses, because they're going to know exactly what they need to order and not use anymore. But I was saying also a wonderful thing to think about, and I'm not sure if you're implementing this. Some bakeries do this, some restaurants do this, where they don't throw their food away. They've opened up a soup kitchen. They've opened up a place where people who are hungry can have food. Is there anything like that you could share with us about?
Certainly, most of the ways, some of the like, for instance, like certain like sandwich, like you need to put vegetables.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, we will dispose it.
Hmm.
Instead of just throwing it into the bin, we will actually have work with a company. They will
Nice.
come to collect this, and then they will think of ways and means to recycle. For
Yeah.
instance, like they can recycle into fertilizers.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can go back to the farm
Mm-hmm.
so that you can use all this unnatural fertilizer rather than using all the chemicals that is not healthy. When
Right.
you eat the vegetable, use a lot of insecticide on
Yeah.
when they were growing the vegetables. Yeah, and some of this, another one that I know that they actually create into soap
Oh, into soap.
byproduct. Yes,
Oh, nice.
all these food waste you can actually recycle into paper cup, into straws, etc. It's endless. So
So,
now a lot of governments are actually focusing on this, and I actually have the opportunity to work with a company in China
mm-hmm.
during my time is to donate all the leftover
That's
to
great.
them, and they was good, and we did not charge them a single cent. You also help us to actually to help the world. That's basically, I think that's very important. Besides,
Yeah.
we need to leverage that. Yeah, I think we need to encourage a lot of F&B operators to
Yeah.
actually donate all this so that we recycle. We can
And
actually use this to do a lot of things.
it would also increase jobs until the robots come in. Do you think the robots are going to ever be able to make anything in the kitchen as wonderful as a human? I don't know. I have my doubts, Bernard. I have.
I have my doubt. Only like for instance, Singapore F&B have been embracing robots, most of them, but basically it's from put the dish and they will go to the table where you're sitting, but you still need a
Yeah.
hostess, a waiter to lift up the food and put
Right.
it onto the table. There's so much you can do for robots. So I think a lot of people are worried that robots are going to take over your job. But actually, if you really reverse that thinking, you should work closely with robots, and then we can even create a better experience, in the restaurants.
Yes, and everywhere. I think that they're going to yeah, people love to talk, probably you'll agree, love to talk about the most horrible things that could happen and then kind of just sit dramatically on that conversation and kind of make more and more of such a dramatic. But I think that obviously AI has already helped so many people in so many ways. Just ChatGPT that you can go in and put today my son had difficulty in music class. He didn't get to play his instrument and write me a story about how the teacher found a way to be more compassionate with his students so that the students could play their instruments, which is, I'm using an example for something that happened in my family. And ChatGPT gave me an amazing story. I sent it to the teacher. The teacher didn't respond initially, was probably like, what is this? But it's changing everything. It gives you wings to fly. It gives you courage with knowing you can organize your thoughts. You can make a plan.
Right. I think I'm a firm believer in AI, even though I just started my journey last year in August. I find that I could do very fast what I call business proposal,
Yeah,
and we optimize a lot of like things that we do. Even we can even tell ChatGPT we want a recipe, our particular coffee. You'll be amazed of the kind of tons of knowledge, but you need to test it,
yeah.
and make sure that it works and tweak it, and that is something very original that you can
I,
do.
I didn't think of that yet to put in. So make me something Polynesian and Indian. I didn't even think because I love Indian food and Polynesian food to mix those up. I didn't think to do that. Now I have to do that. If you're listening out there, definitely let us know where you're tuning in from. We want to hear from you. Hello to everybody tuning in from X, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and on YouTube, of course. And big up to StreamYard. Again, I'd like to just run real quick our sponsor package again, and thank you guys for tuning into episode 7 of Ai-Tainment. We are getting fulfilled here. We are going to become more fulfilled because we're going to talk about AI even more. And we're going to find a way for the audience to participate in the writing of a song. Our show did start out as Music Train, so we have to write a jingle for a bakery. I'm not sure which bakery Bernard is going to choose, but whichever one he chooses, we're going to write the song for him. And we want your help with that. We're going to need some words from the audience. So please put in your comments here, what do you look for in a bakery? That's what I would like to know. And then, of course, here is our sponsors. Thank you again to all of them and to all of you. Bernard, I would love to again thank you for being here today for episode 7. I have a question about the Order of Agricultural Merit. If we could just touch on that, because that's super cool, and I've never met anybody that has had that honor. I would love for you to just share what that is exactly.
Wow, I remember it was in year 2014 to 2017 when I was based in Beijing.
Mhm.
I met the French ambassador in one of the social meeting. And when he know that I was the leader in Beijing with the Wei Domain, we have almost about 600 shops in Beijing
Wow.
the time. And he said, wow, you're not, how are we going to bring the French got a lot of fantastic margarine, butter, etc.
Mhm.
ingredients
Yeah.
that is not available in China. He said not many people would like to use it. When I heard it, when I understand where it's coming from, I told him that why don't you help me to design what they call a visit to all these ingredients supply in France,
All the
and then I bring
suppliers,
my
all the French
suppliers.
suppliers. Okay.
Exactly, and I brought my marketing and R&D chef.
Hmm.
We go there to try the ingredients into our so-called our bread, and then we are able to actually fine tune. I find that it's wonderful. It tastes so good.
Yeah.
It tastes so. So I said I must help you to bring in. So we decided to tell them. I brought in almost about a dozen of suppliers from France,
Oh my
and we told
goodness.
me endorse it. We use it, and I actually hired Mr. Christian Vevray, the founder of
Wow.
the Baker World Cup. He has actually
Wow.
two fantastic bakery in Paris, and we work together with him so that we can actually create a series of French bread, and we launch it during the fashion show. And
That's
then he comes to visit us twice a year to tweak our recipe into more French version, and we change about 130 shops into French designed. What you
wow.
see in Beijing, you can see in France.
So
And the
wow, you
ambassador, yeah,
like blueprints of what? So it's
yeah,
France and Beijing. How cool
right,
is
right,
that?
right. Yeah, right. And I think that is something that we actually have a breakthrough. And
Hmm.
if you do not know how to do it and you're not ambitious in life, I think it's very difficult to do that. You must always jump on the opportunity that is offered to us.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
for us, and then in 2017, the French government said I have actually helped to, to bring all this in and work closely with all the world-class bakers,
Yeah.
from France, and then they were crazy, and we were the way they. Unfortunately, I did not share with you all the photographs that we take with them. It was once a lifetime, and it was amazing. We can do a demonstration of a baguette that is about 5 meters long. We create this that no one had done it before, so that everyone can post a picture of that, and at the end of the show everyone can taste the quality of a baguette is exactly the same taste what you can find in France.
Beautiful. I love that so much. I love your story. I want to hear kind of about your childhood. I don't know. I want to know if you were so enamored by bakery breads and things as such when you were a kid. Like, what was your childhood like, Bernard?
Well, I came from a ordinary family.
Mhm.
My dad is from China, Guangdong province. My mom is from Singapore,
Okay.
and we have about 9 brothers and sisters.
Hmm.
We
Big
are very
family.
large, big family, and
Yeah.
then it's not easy to raise every one of us.
Right.
And my dad always believed that one of the 3 sons he selected me that you should work in a country like China. It will be eventually will be one of the largest market. I
Wow.
took the
So
crew, and I when the opportunity came, for Bread Talk in 2002, Bread Talk is a Singapore brand. It's just like
what is
in
the name?
Canada,
Sorry. What is the name?
Bread Bread Talk.
Bread Talk.
Yes, it's spelled
Oh,
BREADTALK. Yeah,
okay. Very, I like that. Bread Talk. That's
yeah.
like,
Yeah. right.
That could
It's
be
an
the name of
Asian.
our that might be the name of our new show. Maybe BK, where are you? We have to rename the show from AI
Right,
Tape Bread Talk. I love it.
right.
Uh, I interrupt you. Forgive me. What were you saying?
No, it's okay. And basically, I think we must has a vision. Even now, I'm also start to dream about new concept. If AI helping us, I even can design. Within 10 minutes, can design a storefront. And I work closely with BK Han on a couple of projects. And he has demonstrated we should embrace AI.
So would you
There's so much thing you can do.
would you consider, about the metaverse then, digital worlds that you can create? You have your bakeries in Beijing that are like they are in France. They can also be in the 3D world where people can order bread internationally from visiting online spaces, couldn't they?
Uh, Obviously, one day if you have the chance to visit Singapore, I can show you what are the online. Online
Yep.
is a big thing in Asia Pacific, and I
Mhm.
think a lot of things can be done online to cut costs on renting, because rental in Singapore is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah.
So it's good to sell some items
Hmm.
from online business.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. Last year there was an event called Digital 2020 Boom into Web3, and there was an amazing entrepreneur out of Vancouver, Mink, and we did a project together called the Web3 Dictionary, and I wrote 100 songs, one for each of her items that an avatar can wear in the metaverse in the 3D world with her logo on it, and titles like DeFi is the new frontier, crypto is risky, ETH is money, Bitcoin is digital gold, and such things. So the innovator that you are, I feel like we have some things in common with some of these other amazing people who are, a Min shop in British Columbia. You can only buy whatever is in her shop with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can't buy anything there without that. And they have machines, which is amazing. How do you feel about cryptocurrency and the digital economy that's happening? Do you think that the dollar, the money as it is, fiat's going to last, or do you think it's going to all be digital soon?
I think everything will have to go to digital.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, you should not be afraid of going into that.
Hmm.
And obviously, this is something that I could explore with BK. And
Hmm.
actually, we have actually dreamed of a project, and Mr. BK and myself, we actually are thinking of creating the biggest macaron, in the world, working with one chef. Is a challenge that by end of October this year, hopefully someone that we wrote an article about that, in Medium, whereby we want to invite a top chef to build a big size macaron. It will be the Guinness Book of Record.
Wait, a macaron? That's a cookie.
Yes, yeah, the French macaron, and then we're going to
Yeah.
do it super size, and I think that will be the Guinness World Record.
I love that. I love that. So I think that is going to need a song. I'm going to have to get the guitar now. Can we write that song right now? We've come to the portion, you guys, where we really want you to participate in this song. Bernard, oh, look, it's BK. The wonderful Mr. BK Han is with us. Hello, BK. How are you? He's
Hi,
coming in now.
BK.
Well, let me grab the guitar because the songwriting session is in session. Nothing like great food, great places to eat food, and good music and good company. There's nothing better than all of it. BK, are you there?
Exactly.
BK, are you there? BK might be having some audio issues, or maybe he's waiting for the song.
Right,
All right.
right.
So, Bernard, I'm going to press record here. Let's see. Do you know what an NFT is?
No.
So an NFT is a non-fungible token. And when I met BK Han, he started to teach me about NFTs and how I could create music and put them on platforms such as OpenSea and have digital representation, but businesses are using them as token gating for their events. They're using them. Somebody buys the digital artifact is what it really is. They buy the digital artifact and then they have like club membership status because they purchased in whatever tier, they get these benefits. So NFTs are pretty cool. For music, musicians are able to release their music quite quickly, and they also have the support of the people that purchase them. They get the lion's share. And in the traditional music industry, it's not really like that. You don't really get, credit for the streams, the millions and millions of streams. The argument
So
of yeah.
Vessy more than 20 million NFT now.
Sorry, say that again, BK.
Vessy, you own more than 20 million NFT now.
What are we gonna do with all of those?
I don't know. Sell it for $1 and exchange it for the bread or some macaron.
I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but all I know is I'm happy that I met you and that you brought Mr. Bernard Coe here for us. He's amazing. He was just telling me that you guys have a very special macaron, launch that's going to come up soon. That's going to be in the World Book of Guinness Records. So what's going on with that, BK?
Yeah, it's a giant macaron, specially
why?
designed. We wanted to incorporate the number of countries into a macaron. So we have each country represented by a color or a taste, and to be added onto the giant macaron, so that you see this huge giant macaron with 197, 196 components that represent each country in the world.
Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. So we're thinking October when that's going to happen. You think, and I hope you're going to film it, and I hope you're going to come and launch it here, so we can kind of, I don't know.
You can eat it here, and yeah.
You can't eat it if it's you can't eat it if it's going to be the big. It has to be in a museum.
Yeah, we can eat it. It's meant for eating. Yeah.
Okay. So BK, I need one word from you for the song.
Yummy.
Okay, yummy. And Bernard, I need one word from you.
Wow, sweet.
And is the macaron going to have a name? Like, is it going to become a character? Like, are they going to make a Disney movie out of it? The macaron could come alive. If you have it in the World Book of Record, there could be a movie about this macaron that united the whole world because it got into the Guinness Book. It could be the idea of a
unified macaron.
So, all right, here we go. Is that really real? Look over there in that big field. It's a giant macaron made by the top chef in the world, unifying all of us. Yum, 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 yum in your tum-tum. Oh yeah, yum, 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 yum. Can I please have some? I'm here with Bernard Coe and BK Han. We got it going on. Ai-Tainment, episode 7. Yeah, lucky number 7. Hello world, says the macaron. I see you, I'm bigger than the moon. Hello world, peace to everybody. Let's break bread. Let's be together again. Love is the way, love all day. Good food, good music, and good company makes for the best experiences right here, right now with you. Yeah. How'd I do?
Love it.
Sounds good. Yeah, love it.
So we now have a script. So if there's anybody listening that wants to make a movie, they might reach out to you and say, you're going to what? Make the largest macaron in the Guinness Book of World Records? We want to make a movie about that. Is that something you would do?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
You write the script I mean, there's nothing we can't do. It's true.
Yeah,
All right.
there'll be movies, there'll be songs, there'll be everything.
I
Yeah.
think a game also, video games are, is there an intersection with what you're doing, Bernard, with video games? Is there something?
Well, when I was young, I played some video games, it's always, good, but now I was spend a lot of time,
Yeah.
I think, guiding my peers that are younger than me, and
Yeah.
to tell them what is AI is a recipe for lifelong learning, and this is something that I think is now infused in my heart, that we should not be worried about obsolescence, because a lot of people fear of losing their job. If we embrace AI, I believe, is key to future proofing our careers and maintaining relevance to their whichever industries they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think people are usually afraid of what they don't know. And if there's anything that can unify us, it's AI. Because if everybody sees the value in it, then they can see hopefully the value in their neighbor or the stranger that maybe needs somebody to say hello to them or just to be acknowledged. AI acknowledges the people that use it. It can't help it. It has to acknowledge it. It's being prompted. It's these large language models, these LLMs. And I think people are maybe more so worried about the entities that might have something else in mind for, to teach. But I think what we really need to teach is peace. I'll just say it. We know so much about the opposite. We study that for so long, but the breaking of bread, peace is something we need to learn more about and talk and teach in schools. What do you think about that?
I think this is a fantastic thing. I think as long as it's relevant to your study or work, I think everyone should continue to learn. I think you have an open mind. I always encourage my peers. We need to explore AI with curiosity and passion. If you don't have passion, you're not curious, it's very difficult for them to start.
Yeah.
And I like to invite them, to join this journey. You must come in with an open mind and enthusiasm, and then highlighting, and my master coach, Mr. BK Han, always said, AI is accessible to all ages and backgrounds.
That's the best thing about it. BK, do you have any questions for Bernard before we say goodbye for today?
Well, I think I'm not sure. Did you ask Bernard to share his age so that
I didn't.
You want to make a guess, Vessy? Bernard?
Make a guess. Let me see. He looks very young and he's got a young heart. I don't know. 45, 50?
Wow. I will buy you a good dinner at the Panera Bread. I'm 69, by the way.
69. Wow.
Yes.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me? Wait, that's 64, the Beatles. Hold on. 69. How does it feel to be 69? That's an amazing age.
Well, to me, before I learn AI, I find that I should retire. But after learning, I find it's a new phase of life for me. And I find that I'm much younger and I could do a lot of things now.
Yeah.
Of course, with the guidance of my master coach, Mr. BK Han, I find that it's an exciting journey for me. Using AI in my lifestyle is amazing. And I think age is just a number, as long as you believe you can contribute to the society,
Yeah.
you can help people to embrace AI, I think things will change.
Yes, and they are changing. They're changing quickly. What is it recently that Elon Musk is suing Sam Altman and the OpenAI because he says they didn't do it right. It was supposed to be open source for everybody, and now they're charging money for things that should be free. What do you think about that?
I think BK is yeah.
I think it's far beyond us. It's more commercial at this stage. I think the initial launch of OpenAI allowing anybody to access to it is something I don't think has ever happened before. Allowing anybody to access to AI technology. That was a big break for all of us. I've been waiting for it until it came about, and then I immediately jump into it, learn it, and could actually use it almost every part of my work.
Mm.
You know, I used to write a lot of articles. I used to plan a lot of training programs,
Mm-hmm.
and also helping different businesses at different time. Even though at that time without AI, I could do a lot of work, but now
Mm-hmm.
with AI, I can concurrently do a lot more, maybe
Yeah.
10x and above, 10 times more than I could do.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Most importantly, I think a lot of people still didn't realize it. The language barrier is already broken. The
Mm-hmm.
moment you have access to the open AI, you basically can access to 100 over languages. Just think about just
Amazing.
languages. Just think about having the knowledge, having the ability to
Communicate.
communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, without barrier. That's already a value that if you see it, you get hold of it. You know, you really, and save a lot of time because you don't
So
have to travel, have to
so
use a lot of. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe people are. You make a good point, BK, because I guess when I'm on X, when I'm on the X Twitter, the X Spaces, people are talking about how they think, like what I just shared about uh, the the lawsuit. But if you maybe stay out of that, you're right. We should stay out of that. That has nothing to do with us. We use the tools we have, and we're going to learn to use them even more, and probably create our own tools because we
Yeah, yeah,
know, right?
yeah. I mean, AI allows you to create your own tools. AI allow you to create program without knowledge of programming knowledge, without even to write a single code.
Yeah.
We have gone this sort of a industrial or technological
Mm-hmm.
so-called transformation.
Mm-hmm.
When mechanization came about, a lot of people lost their job because the farmers can use the different tools to help them to be more efficient.
Yeah.
Then we have the internet that came about. A lot of people lost their job because internet can do a lot more things.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we have the e-commerce that came about. A lot of shops, retail, has gone bust because they need to go online. But think about the people that use the technology and grow into a giant within a very short time. So AI would definitely bring us to another level.
It's gonna
And think about,
foster. Yeah.
yeah, think about medical as well.
Mm-hmm.
If I mean, I wrote a little article about after COVID and AI came about. If AI were to be available when COVID started, we
Mm-hmm.
could have shortened the whole entire episode,
That's right.
right? So unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. So I think
Right.
everything for a reason. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you,
Yeah.
Vessy.
Thank you, BK. So we're closing out here soon. If Bernard wants to share his last statement, really, to kind of I want everybody to peek their ears here and just listen to this amazing guest we have today. Kind of give you some advice about how to go for it when you're not necessarily feeling like it, and the reason why doing so will always bring you to the next level, maybe beyond your wildest dreams. Now, if you don't think you can do it, you probably can't. But Bernard, what do you say to that? What can we tell? What is your statement for our listeners about how to overcome doubt, really, when you're trying to go for something that's you're passionate about?
Well, I'm very passionate, I really want to encourage my peers, my friends, really to explore AI with curiosity and with passion. And then I think it's interesting to join this journey. I think with an open mind and your enthusiasm enough, we can actually overcome, all this, regardless of ages and backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like for myself, I just started last year in August, and I think uh, I've actually did so much amazing thing and encouraging even my family members to embrace AI. Everywhere I go, I preach about AI. This is something is my own passion, and I
Yeah,
believe don't be afraid to learn. Yeah, at my
there it
age,
is.
age is just a number. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to learn. Age is just a number.
Yes.
Sounds like a
Right.
book. Is that a book? Is that a recipe book or something?
Well, I'm thinking about it, and one day you should write a story about it. Yeah.
Age is just a number. I like that, because you know, the right amount of ingredients, that is a measurement. So if the success of life is based on the measurement of you know, I like that. Age is just a number. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Music Train Presents Ai-Tainment. Next week, we will be on episode 8. I can't believe it's almost, we're over halfway through. And thank you to everybody for listening in from wherever you are. We're really happy that you're here and you make this show great. Mr. BK Han, thank you so much for being my partner and inspiring me and my teacher as well. Just wanted to shout out everybody for tuning in. I'm going to.
I like Vessy and BK. Thank you for having me today, and I hope you're going to inspire youngsters to embrace AI, or even the older folks.
Oh, thank you so much, Bernard. That's all I want, is to you know, inspire. And my biggest thing is I think everybody needs a song. So BK might have told you we've written some songs together. There's nothing like a good partner that sees you for who you are and realizes the magic that actually exists between. Collaboration is like, that's a great recipe. The people
Before
that
you
come,
drop,
yeah. Say again.
before you drop the bomb.
Yeah. BK, will I ever live it down? All right, here we go, guys. I'm just gonna end the show with this song. I'm gonna do this one. It's called Social. Here we go. Human beings are social, we're just no good on our own. Human beings are social, not meant to be left alone. Oh, hold me tonight, hold me close to your heart. I'll console you tonight, and in the morning we'll start. Oh, so if you wanna wake up and shine, that'd be fine with me, that'd be just fine. 'Cause all you got is this moment anyway. No guarantee that we'll be here another day. So give yourself of love, give it every day. Be grateful for the love that you breathe and pray. Then I know I'm not alone. When I can call you without my phone, I'll turn my love light on, my Lord, Lord. So many ways to get back home. There's so many ways to get back home. There's so many ways to get back home. We light a candle in all their names. For the world is never gonna be the same. Gonna miss you, girls. Gonna miss you, girls. Gonna miss you, boys. Gonna miss you, boys. Ci amo. It means I love you. Ci amo. No one above you. Human beings are social, we're just no good on our own. Yeah. See you next week. Stick around, Bernard and BK. I want to say hi to you in the studio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Here we go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.